Now at 11, another cold night is expected. Temperatures dropping into the teens, but wait a few days and we could be near 50 degrees.
Plus, the suspect in a 2023 murder investigation may face more charges. What detectives found that has them considering additional counts. And the Big Ten is taking over downtown Indy this weekend as Oregon and Penn State face off for the conference championship. What you need to know tonight if you're thinking about watching the game. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Well, if you've stepped outside tonight, you know the bitter cold is back. These are the current wind chills, single digits in many areas across central Indiana. Thanks for inviting us in. It's nice and warm inside. It is 11 o'clock. Rob's in for Angela. He's tracking the temp. So how cold will it be when Hoosiers wake up in the morning?
I think we're going to be able to drop the temperatures even further than where they are right now.
Right.
So we've got a little bit more wiggle room. The wind chills are probably going to hold where they are because the winds are coming down a bit. So you put the two of those together and that puts us in our forecast very close to where we will be for right now. I think it's going to feel like that in the morning. We're currently sitting at 14 degrees. That's the actual air temperature. I've got 13 as my low. We're cooling down much more quickly than expected, so it's possible we are going to see some single-digit temperatures across the area. Here's what it feels like. Feels like 3 degrees right now. I do think we'll see temperatures hover right around 0 to maybe 10 for feels like temperatures. The forecast low, I've got 13, but there are going to be many locations that get very close to single digits. Then we should start to rebound. But as far as what to expect single-digit wind chills for the morning. Then we'll see some improvement by the afternoon. We're still going to be below freezing. Our high temperature tomorrow is going to be right at 30 degrees, but both the wind chill and the temperature should improve. And this will just be the beginning of a big warm-up. Lots of sunshine, that's helping. But this southwest wind, that's going to mean that our temperatures in the 30s tomorrow become 40s and 50s by the weekend.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. And you can track these chilly temps and the warm up to follow by using our live Doppler 13 weather app. Want to remind you it's a free download. You can get it in your phone's app store. And now to breaking news out of Lafayette tonight at 11. One person was killed, 3 others injured in a shooting at a laundromat. Want to give you a live look near the Maytag Laundry Center. This is near South Street and Sagamore Parkway in Lafayette. The shooting took place around 7:40 tonight. Police there tell us there is no threat to the public. The suspect is among the injured. They're asking people to avoid this area right now. We're going to stay on top of this breaking news overnight. On WTHR.com, we'll have all the developments for you on 13 Sunrise beginning at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Tonight, IMPD officers ratified their new contract with 97% approval. This new deal focuses on attracting new officers and holding on to those already on the police force. IMPD officers are now among the highest paid officers in our state. This new deal will raise the average salary by 24% over a 4-year period. Tonight at 11, an Indianapolis man has been charged with more than a handful of felonies after being found with child pornography. IMPD tells us this comes after police seized his cell phones that are possibly connected to a different crime. Our Chase Howell is in studio tonight after combing through these court documents. So Chase, what crime are police referring to?
Yeah, Scott, after reading through these documents, I learned police were investigating the man in connection to the 2023 murder of Patrick Stern. Here's a little background on the case. Stern was last seen on March 2nd, 2023 in Indianapolis. 6 months later, IMPD received a tip of a burned and abandoned car in the woods on the city's southeast side. Inside the car, investigators found remains that would later be identified as Stern's. And to this day, police are still looking for the person or people who killed him. Now that leads us to today. Court documents say they were looking into a man who they considered a person of interest in Stern's death. During that investigation, police say they got a search warrant for all the man's cell phones. It was then when investigators say they found several images of child pornography. Now the man has been charged with 2 aggravated counts of child pornography, a level 5 felony. He also faces 4 non-aggravated counts of child pornography, a level 6 felony. And at this hour, it's unclear if he has anything to do with the murder of Stern. Anyone with tips, though, on who may have killed Stern is asked to call police. Scott?
Chase, thanks so much. Closing arguments now set for tomorrow in the trial of 2 IMPD officers charged in the man's death. Defense attorneys wrapped up its case today in the death of Herman Whitfield III back in 2022. Officers Adam Ahmad and Steven Sanchez tonight are charged with reckless homicide, involuntary manslaughter, and battery. Ahmad spent much of today on the witness stand testifying about what happened the day that Whitfield died. A doctor from Louisville also took the stand, saying that Whitfield died from cardiac arrest because of THC in his system. A prosecution witness disagreed. He attributed Whitfield's death to prone restraint. Court resumes at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Our cameras will be there. And we're getting new details tonight about yesterday's deadly officer-involved shooting. Metro Police were called out to this office park near Brookville Road and 465 after a reported crash. Now, when officers got to the scene, they found a man with a machete and 2 people injured. Tonight, investigators believe all 3 knew each other. Investigators believe the suspect waited for a man and woman to leave work, then rammed his car into their car. That's when the woman got out and was allegedly stabbed. The man was also hurt but ran for help. Witnesses say the suspect waited for police. IMPD says the suspect lunged at them with the machete. That's when an officer pulled the trigger.
A witness also told investigators that the suspect told him he was about to witness a suicide by cop.
Police tonight are telling us the suspect was a former employee at one of those businesses. The 2 victims were taken to the hospital, and we are told they are both expected to survive. Oregon and Penn State face off for the Big Ten Championship Saturday night inside Lucas Oil Stadium. But since both of these teams are traveling long distances, how many of their college football fans will be showing up? Our Logan Gay shares tonight what we can all expect.
This weekend, Penn State and University of Oregon fans are going to paint downtown Indy Oregon green and yellow and blue and white. But with fans from both Big Ten teams having to travel from the West Coast and East Coast, will we see the numbers like we usually do? Well, Indiana Sports Corp and Big Ten believe so.
With 2 new fan base with Oregon coming in and Penn State haven't been here for a while, I do expect all those fans to show up and be loud and be excited for it.
I think both fan bases will be extremely excited to be there, to be here. I think Penn State hasn't been here since 2016, so you know they're going to be ready to go. Oregon, I'm sure the duck is riding around Indianapolis right now, so you know their fans will be here as well.
Indianapolis has hosted the Big Ten Championship since its creation in 2011, and every year they aim to make it bigger and better.
Everyone here in Indianapolis and Central Indiana looks forward to this event because no one hosts sporting events like Indianapolis, and it's great to see everyone downtown and experience everything that we have to offer.
Everything like events inside and outside, including the world-famous St. Elmo's Shrimp Eating Contest.
Convention Center is going to be open for a fan fest both Friday and Saturday. For the first time ever, they're hosting a wrestling duel between Illinois and Indiana, which is really cool on Friday. So if you're inside Big Ten Fan Fest, you can go to that event for free. And then on Saturday, we're hosting a tailgate on South Street, just across from Lucas Oil Stadium.
The Big Ten is the best-selling conference championship on StubHub. The ticket marketplace says buyers are coming from 49 states, with Ohio leading the ticket sales with 34%, Indiana with 23%, and Pennsylvania with 11%. Dan Glaya with Indiana Sports Corp says they expect that success to also trickle down locally.
All these fans coming in is going to be a huge impact for our restaurants and our hotels and things like that. So year in and year out, this is a big time event, both economically for our city.
And it just keeps getting better. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
StubHub says tickets for Saturday night's game at Lucas Oil Stadium are still available. An average price of tickets sold is about $210. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines tonight. A heads up if you're driving on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Starting tonight, crews will start work in several areas along I-69, all part of INDOT's Clear Path project. So here's what we know. Only one lane will be open on I-69 southbound starting at 96th Street. 3 ramps will close. That includes the ramp from 96th Street to I-69 southbound. Then tomorrow night at 11, the ramp from 106th Street to I-69 southbound and the ramp from I-69 southbound to I-465 south will be closed. That ramp is expected to reopen Sunday at noon. All the other closures are set to reopen by 6 o'clock Monday morning. The Clear Path project is set to be completed by the end of 2025. We're only 2 days away from the Big Ten football championship game taking over downtown Indianapolis. Today, conference leaders were busy opening a new media center inside IPS School 106. We were there for the ribbon cutting this morning. Students went inside for the first time, got high fives from the Big Ten commissioner. We're talking about a new space with all the new books, furniture, and backpacks filled with supplies. So we talked with the IPS superintendent, who says this was a surprise that was months in the making.
It means a lot when our students can see that outside of the school there are so many other people who are rooting for their success and supporting them, and so to have them experience that today is very special.
The Big Ten Conference also recognized Ms. McCormick, who's been with School 106 for 14 years. She got $1,000 to help stock her classroom this year. Remember, you can find all of our local and national headlines at any time on WTHR.com, the 13 News app, and streaming 24/7 on WTHR Plus.
We are expecting another cold day with high temperatures still not getting above freezing, but there's a warm up on the way for the weekend.
Plus, Northern California rattled after a powerful 7.0 earthquake. Why experts say the shaking may not be over. And the suspect in the murder of a healthcare CEO is still on the loose tonight. We've got the latest on the manhunt and the evidence next.